The heart of your teams. The heart of Ohio. Bally Sports Great Lakes and Bally Sports Ohio. The heart of the fan.
It's a great feeling to wake up on a sunny Sunday morning and know that your team has Shane Bieber on the mound. Bieber is trying to pitch the Guardians to a series win. Both the Guardians and the Astros each have won a very hard-fought victory in the first two games of this series, and now the rubber match rests on the shoulders of the former Cy Young Award winner. It's a beautiful early start here on this Sunday morning, early afternoon, as the Guardians and the Astros wrap up the homestand here in Cleveland. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Always great to see Shane Bieber on the mound. I think the big key, first inning. First inning has been a problem for the Guardians because of one man in that Astros lineup.
Well, Houston has been very aggressive in this series, but this man here, we've done battles with his whole career. He's hit a 3-run homer in game one, a 2-run homer last night. They've scored 3 in each inning. We know this guy's a good player. You know, he may not be doing something that the Houston fans have, but he's always hurt the Indians. When you look at his career numbers, 29 homers, 91 ribbies, second most by an active player. Miguel Cabrera has 50. That's unbelievable. But you got to be a little more careful with him in game 3, and I'm sure Shane Bieber will be.
That's our Northern Ohio Buick dealer stat. All right, Rick, Shane Bieber. The numbers show you that the strikeout totals are down. Is this a blip in the radar for Shane Bieber, or are we simply watching the evolution of a pitcher?
The evolution of a pitcher, I believe, because you know what? You're not going to strike out guys at that rate when you're heavy sliders. But he relies on that pitch. He's got to use his fastball more. So now it's time for him to make some adjustments. Maybe pitch right-handers inside a little bit more to use your fastball. You can't forget about it because he has such good breaking balls. When you throw the cutter and the slider, sometimes you lose that zip on your fastball. And you're talking about 122 strikeouts in 21 and only 55 here. You can still win. He's pitching very well. He keeps you deep into the ball game, and he can throw less pitches. He's just going to have to learn how to do it and get more comfortable with it. And I'm sure he's trying to do it every start he goes out there.
Nothing wrong with being a little more efficient, right?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be back with today's first pitch. We'll check in with Al Pulaski, Chris Jimenez, and Andre Knott straight ahead. Cleveland Guardians baseball is brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. DHL Supply Chain, now hiring for a wide range of salaried, managerial, and operational roles. Apply today at joindhl.com. Chili's, the best things in life happen at home. And by Indeed, the world can work better.
Between the Astros and the Guardians here today. Also, Cleveland wrapping up a homestand. They'll head to the West Coast, take on the San Diego Padres beginning on Tuesday nights. Welcome back to Right Center alongside Chris Jimenez, Al Pulaski. It's time now for our Indeed Players Resume. And it's Josh Naylor, who's currently on a 10-game hitting streak. We'll check a look at his numbers in his last 10 games. Chris, when you can hit the baseball like this, I mean, even his outs are loud right now.
That is the absolute truth. Listen, you can see over his last 10 games, he's hitting over 500. That's insane to think about. The home run's only one of them, but listen, he's hit at least 5 doubles off the very top of the fence. When a guy's swinging a bat this hot, and he's hitting behind one of arguably your most important hitters in Jose Ramirez most of the time, that's a good recipe for success. You love seeing it. Hopefully he can continue that on today here.
Well, and keep in mind, too, that Jose Ramirez is out of the lineup today, so Josh Naylor slots into that 3-hole. We'll see how he does.
Which is going to be big. It's just going to allow somebody else to pick up that slack, take that opportunity, and run with it.
All right, Andre Knott joins us now. And, Andre, the ace is on the hill today in Beebs.
Yes, the ace is on the mound, but, you know, baseball is fun. For me as a dad, one of the things I've been able to enjoy a lot over the last couple of years is looking at baseball cards with my kids and talking about players of different generations and different guys and names and from different towns. Well, one guy that loves to do the same thing is Dusty Baker, who made his debut at the age of 19. Here's some of the players he knew about growing up in the West Coast.
When I came up, it was Tito, Hank Aaron, Rico Cardi, Bob Tillman, different guys, Bob Euchre. I mean, he actually took me out and got my first suit for Ralph Garr and myself. And so you know, as a kid, I always remembered, you know, guys' names, and particularly the Italian names. And, you know, being from the Bay Area, you know, I remember, you know, Joe DiMaggio. And, you know, I remember Joey Amalfitano. I remember Joe Pignatano, you know, all these names, Tito Francona. You know, you guys had Rocky Calavito. I mean, I remember all those guys. And, you know, Joe Pepitone, I played with him, and they all could hit.
Matt, Rick, I'm sure you guys had a few favorite players you knew growing up. I don't know who got you your first suit, Arch, but I'm still waiting for you to get me one.
I'll go get one from my Mafia team. He had all the Italians over there. It was funny. That was good. Nobody bought me a suit, Andre, by the way.
I think that's what maybe as a kid draws you in at certain points, the names, because you know if you grew up in certain areas, maybe there's not a lot of ethnicities around you, and you know you're watching baseball and you see these names and they sound magical. Cesar Geronimo with the Big Red Machine, those are names that you remember. Omar Marino with the We Are Family Pirates,
and the guys used to stay on that team for years. You know,
that's
I
true
mean,
too, yeah.
They had the same lineup for a number of years, and you got to know them. They became household names if you followed baseball.
Yeah,
that's what made it a lot of fun.
Well, it's always fun watching this guy pitch.
It certainly is. It's Shane Bieber Day, and that'll be brought to you. He will be the starter, brought to you by Chevrolet. And Shane will be making his 14th start. And on the year, he's 4-3. Coming off a start against the Boston Red Sox, he pitched well, had a no decision. He went 5 2/3, 5 hits, 1 run allowed. So he's going to go out there against the lineup. It's not the A lineup here in Houston. They've finishing the 17th day of 17 straight games. So he's going to go out there and do his thing, and hopefully he can put a 0 on the board in the first inning.
Yeah, that would be nice. And let's check out that lineup that he will face for Dusty Baker's Houston Astros. A little bit of a different look. I think both of these teams are feeling the effects of a long, arduous battle over the weekend. Mauricio Dubon leads it off. Corey Julks is in the starting lineup. He'll bat second. Alex Bregman is third. Kyle Tucker hitting cleanup. Jose Abreu is fifth. Yainer Diaz will hit sixth and play first base. Jake Myers is in center field hitting seventh. Gray Kessinger gets his first start in the series batting eighth, and Cesar Salazar also starting for the first time against Cleveland, bats ninth.
And defensively for the Guardians, brought to you by Rally House. Juan is in left field, Straw is in center, Brennan in right. They've played every game in the series, and Arias will make the start at third. Rosario at short, Jimenez at second, Naylor is at first, Cam Gallagher doing the catching.
Eric Backus will call the balls and strikes. Emil Jimenez is at first base. Laz Diaz, the crew chief, at second, and Mike Estabrook over at third. Yeah, Rick, I wonder what the effects, first for Houston, this is 17 games in 17 days, so it's understandable that they might be dragging a little bit, the end of a long road trip. But even for Cleveland, these two teams battled through 14 innings on Friday night.
They did.
You know, had a pretty good ball game. Guardians were trying to play catch up all night last night. And so now we'll see who's got what left in the tank.
Well, the one thing I loved is the Guardians up this game an hour so we wouldn't have issues.
First ball swinging, Mauricio Dubon with a high fly ball to left, and Stephen Kwan makes the catch, one down. Game time temperature today is 78 degrees. And as Arch told you, this was originally scheduled for 1:40 first pitch time. They moved it up an hour because there is rain heading this way. It's going to be here late this afternoon.
Yeah, could you imagine if, you know, it is supposed to come in the afternoon, them going 17 games in 17 days, and then all of a sudden we're sitting through a rain delay, and then you had to stay tomorrow and try and play it, and it's going to rain tomorrow too. That was a good call.
Corey Julks, as I said, getting the start. We've seen him in the series. He started last night as the DH. He came on as a pinch runner in the first game of the series. The Houston native has shown a pretty good ability to handle the bat, runs the base as well.
Well, yeah, from what we've seen, you're right. That's why he's in the number 2 hole. He has 10 stolen bases. Looks like he swings the bat very well. A Houston guy that went to college there, signed there, grew up there.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
They were very aggressive in the first 2 games. I mean, they were swinging at a lot of first pitches given the opportunity. Bieber with that spin may control that a little bit.
Struck him out looking. Snuck the fastball by him.
Yes, you get him looking spin, and that's what happens.
Well, let's check out the storylines brought to you by Wayside Furniture. H2O. I understand that refers to the Hacking Houston offense.
Yes, it does. Yes, they in the first 2 games they scored in the first inning.
For the Guardians, win the game, win the series.
There you go, first pitch.
How about that? A 7-pitch first inning if Naylor reels it in, and he does. The Guardians are coming to bat.
Will be our Chevrolet starting pitcher today for the Astros, making his 7th start. He is 3-2 and a 3.35. He's pitched much better at home. He's 2-0 there. On the road, he's 1-2 with a 3.91.
Starting lineup for Terry Francona's Guardians, brought to you by Progressive. Stephen Kwan leads it off. Ahmed Rosario in the 2-hole. Josh Naylor hits 3rd. Josh Bell batting cleanup. Then Andres Jimenez and Gabriel Arias. Will Brennan, Miles Straw, and Cam Gallagher batting 9th. Brandon Belak delivers a first pitch strike. Stephen Kwan has hit in his last 3 games, 3 for 10 in the series. And a fly ball to center field for out number 1.
Let's check the Astros defense. Brought to you by Rally House. Jolks is in left field, Myers in center, Tucker over and right. On the infield, Bregman at 3rd, Kessinger at short, Ruban at 2nd, Diaz at 1st, Salazar catching.
Rick, when you haven't faced a guy before, is there what's the approach, you know, individually? I'm not talking about for each guy, but just generally, what are you thinking?
Well, you're going to go up there and try and find his arm slot first, and look what where you're going to concentrate on him coming in from. Doesn't look like he's overpowering. He's got a changeup. I mean, they know what he likes to throw, so they'll have once they get in the batter's box, they'll get a little better look. So it's that first time through, it's not bad to take a couple of pitches to see him first instead of jumping on that first pitch.
Just nicked the inside corner.
And that looks like a little two-seamer that he throws a lot.
He stepped in for Luis Garcia with the Astros injuries in their starting rotation.
Okay, so that was his changeup there that looked like it was 86 miles an hour. So he'll throw it to both lefties and righties.
Ahmed Rosario, 2 for 9 in the series. Both of his hits doubles. And he chased one. That is his kryptonite. You get him to 2 strikes, and he will, more times than not, chase that slider.
That was a breaking ball. That looked like it might have been a curveball. 12-6 spin. Straight down, bounced it right around home plate.
Josh Naylor riding a 10-game hitting streak. But even more impressive is over his last 23 games, he's batted .410 with 29 runs batted in.
He's been on a nice roll, and I mean, he's hit pitches all over the strike zone. I mean, you can just tell when he fouls him off, he's right on everything. He's going to take his time out right here.
Looks like he
hurt his right
wrist.
hand or his right. Yep. That's the wrist that he slid in the third base at Baltimore. You have to remember.
Yes, that's it. You're on it. That is the wrist. But amazingly,
it's the right wrist.
Yeah, amazingly though, since May 10th, a number that we know well because one of our partners' birthday, he's hit .410. That's the highest in baseball.
Oh, he went too.
Yeah, he did. Probably didn't feel good on that wrist either.
No, you're right. Keep an eye on that.
I will.
Guardians go 1-2-3. Thanks for the belated birthday wishes, Andre. We are scoreless after 1.
And you can vote daily at MLB.com/vote to decide who represents the Guardians this summer.
Second inning, each team 3 up, 3 down in the first. Kyle Tucker leads off the second.
That 90-mile-an-hour fastball for Bieber, if he can locate it and get it in there, that's a really, really big pitch. It still sets up his off-speed pitches.
Yeah, and because, you know, when I talk to current hitters, they'll tell you that, okay, 90 sounds very hittable, but when you're sitting on a breaking ball, if you're looking off speed, that 90, it doesn't look like 90.
Well, and you got to use both parts of the plate with it too. You just don't throw it in one spot. Although that's his go-to pitch. Right-handers, he can go down and away 2-0, 3-1 and get that pitch.
Just off the plate.
Or when he gets to 2 strikes, I think he can throw that fastball a little bit more because it seems like everybody sets spin on him. You know, whether it's the cutter, the slider, or the curveball.
Had him out front. And a weak ground ball out, 1 down. Let's check out Hyundai in the driver's seat. Shane Bieber here at Progressive Field has gone 3-1 in 5 starts with 232 earned run average.
Yeah, everybody I know loves strikeouts and things like that. But you know, when you're not striking people out, I love outs on 3 pitches or less.
Well, Rick, I mean, there was a stretch there for a while. I'm curious to see what the numbers look like this year. There were more strikeouts than hits, and it was going up dramatically. I mean, pitchers were just overpowering hitters on a regular basis.
Right.
You know, some of the rule tweaks, trying to cut down on the use of foreign substances. Curious to see, after we get a bigger sample size, how that may change things over the several-year period.
Yeah, it takes time.
Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him to go fish, and that's 2 strikeouts for Shane Bieber.
And this is a guy that knows him very, very well and still gets him to chase that ball that bounces in front of the plate. There it is, the curveball that time. Nice block there by Gallagher.
All right, let me ask you a hypothetical.
Okay.
If you're feeling physically tired, not mentally, but if you're feeling physically tired, beat, and you got a day game, early reveille, let's go. What do you do to kind of convince yourself, hey, I'm not tired, I'm not tired?
Drink about 5 cups of coffee. You know you're tired. You're just going to do and try and save as much energy as you can. You go through it. There's going to be days like that. There's, you know, you may have a series or a week where you don't feel very good. Your biorhythms aren't firing in the right direction. You're not old enough to understand that.
Well, let me ask, was there a game plan, a breakfast, something that you would eat or drink to get you going to help you?
No, not really.
They didn't have chefs at the club.
Yeah, right. Andre, what should I have? A muffin and an omelet?
There's a hockey pucks in the morning, too.
No. There was nothing to eat in the clubhouse.
Stop by.
Bologna sandwich.
Get you a heater. Get you a dozen glazed sinkers, a couple cups of coffee, and there you go.
That's about right.
These guys get smoothies and all this. They get all kinds of stuff, energy smoothies and all that great stuff.
That's okay. It's different times. It's beautiful.
Your energy smoothie was a high test coffee, mix in a couple of creamers,
a couple of sinkers. That does it.
But, you know, Dusty kind of hit on this and saying he was tired as well, and he said it does become a mental thing. toxic, even if you are physically, because like you mentally got to lie to yourself a little bit, especially these last couple of days of a trip like this.
Yeah, you got for about 3 hours. You got to go out there and do what you can do.
Hit well right field. Back goes Brennan. Plenty of room. Gathers it in. Another 1-2-3 inning for Shane Bieber.
It's presented by Bally Sports Great Lakes and runs through Tuesday. The total right now is 30,400. So visit CLEGuardians.com 50/50 for your chance to win.
Josh Bell leading off for the Guardians here in the bottom of the second inning. Bell is 0 for 5 in the series, but in the month of June, he has gone 9 for 32 with 3 doubles, a homer, and 8 runs batted in. Pitch broke the bat, but that's going to fall for a hit. That bat literally split in half right down the middle.
It must be one of those cupped ends, Matt.
Half the barrel's out toward the mound. The other half was in foul territory.
Right off the end. Put a little English on it. Look at it just shattered. That's okay. It ended with a base knock. He's got more bats.
Andres Jimenez, like Bell, looking for his first hit in the series. 0 for 5. Jimenez started Friday night. Did not start last night. Came on late as a pinch hitter. Hammered deep right field. Tucker back. He's out of room. It's out of here. Andres Jimenez, home run number 4, and the Guardians take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, for the first time in the series, they jump ahead. Andres Jimenez with the nice swing, gets his 4th home run and just made it over that line and bounced into the seats. So a good way to start second inning. 2-0 lead.
That's a way to get your first hit in this series. Make it count.
Yes, indeed, a big one.
Eighth home run allowed by Bielak in just under 39 innings of work. Gabriel Arias goes right back up the middle and into center field, and he has hits in his last 2 trips to the plate.
There you see the changeup. He stayed back, put a nice swing on it. A lot of times he's been out front, not on that swing.
Yeah.
That looked good. You know what I'm saying? He stayed back. Gotta watch it hit the top over the yellow line and up in there for a souvenir. Good swing.
Some of the principles that Chris Valaika preaches to his hitters: rhythm and timing.
Yeah.
And for Jimenez early in the year, that his balance seemed to be off. As you said, Rick, he was out front a lot of times. He was fighting himself trying to find that rhythm.
And when you're talking rhythm and timing, you're going to see the same swing on a fastball or a changeup. Good boy.
They get the out on Arias.
Arias should have stopped, is what he should have did, but he didn't. It's all right. They didn't turn it.
Brennan at first on the fielder's choice. 2 broken bats in the inning.
Usually they say don't let the second baseman tag you. It's just that he was going to second. He should have stopped halfway there and made him. But it's okay. No big deal. They get an out.
And so Miles Straw to the plate. And I mean, on the first movement, Brennan took off, and he's fortunate that throw got away, because I think Salazar's throw would have been in time.
Well, they must have something on him, because you can see they took off first pitch. Brennan not a speedster, but he gets his 6th stolen base.
I'm not sure Salazar ever had a good grip on that ball. It was nowhere close.
Yeah, it was a tough pitch to throw on, too.
Two 2-0 now the count for Miles Straw, who's reached safely in 14 of his last 16 games. And that's just outside 3-0. Taking all the way, it's 3-1. Miles had a 3-hit performance on Friday night. The 3-1 is lifted in the air, right field near the line. Tucker racing over into foul territory, hangs on.
That wind was sort of pushing it away from him.
StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, will show you what Brandon Belak has in his bag of tricks.
Okay, top 2 pitches, the fastball, changeup, and then the slider comes third. We say he's got a strikeout on that, but also a .364 batting average on it.
Here's Cam Gallagher. Gallagher in his last 6 games has gone 5 for 17 with a couple of runs batted in. Weak ground ball hit towards third. Bregman on the run. Throws him out. That'll end the inning, but Andres Jimenez gives the Guardians a big boost here in the second. Cleveland's on top 2-0. Live, presented by your Northern Ohio GMC dealers, returns Tuesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time, when the Guardians open a 3-game series in San Diego.
Yeah, they get the 3-hour difference now. It's going to be past Al's bedtime.
That's all right. Chris Jimenez will keep him away. Chris got a lot of energy. Walked into the ballpark with him earlier today. He's really enjoying the role.
Good for him.
Guardians live pre and post. Yeah,
it's fun. It's fun to do.
I'm worried about you going back to West Coast time, Arch.
Don't worry, I've already adapted.
He's going home, man.
I know he is. He's going up to the crib.
Arizona Archie.
We should go out on our off day and go find some of that money he's got in the backyard.
Well, he invited me. You didn't.
Oh,
no.
I'm
sorry, Maddie. Come on.
Oh man, what I do?
You would have brought your little Geiger counter looking for all that gold and my silver out in the backyard.
I don't need any dinner, guys. I'm going to go out back and make a phone call.
The 2-2. Fouled back by Jake Myers.
You know, we talk about off days, and really this schedule's been a little different for the Guardians, because we've had every Monday off, it feels like, this month. We had Thursday off to start the season.
Yeah, April, right.
I talked to Tito about that and Carl, and they both said it's been nice, because especially with Bybee and Allen, because in the minors they always have Mondays off, but they both know come the second half of the season, you start looking at the schedule.
Yeah,
it's a little different.
It's going to work a little bit different, and they're trying to keep those guys. They won't give me a number.
But there's an innings count, right? There's a threshold that they don't want to push them too far beyond.
Yes, they have that situation, so they just want to be careful. And they like right now that they've been going once a week. But they know in a couple more weeks, they're going to have to push some people back and do some things a little bit differently.
Well, that's the one thing. You get all your off days early. And when the kids are out of school. See you later. There's no off days.
Yeah, it's 3 strikeouts now for Shane Bieber. Well, as we said, we're going west to San Diego, then to Arizona to take on the Western Division leading Diamondbacks, then back home to play Oakland and Milwaukee, and then back out on the road to Kansas City and at Wrigley Field.
How about the Atlanta Braves we get to see on the 4th of July?
There'll be some fireworks.
You ain't lying.
The 2-1. And it's just outside. 3 balls and a strike. Gray Kessinger, calling up from AAA. Made his major league debut Wednesday. He was batting .284 down in Sugarland. Second round pick. And his bloodlines run deep in Major League Baseball.
I don't know if anybody remembers Don Kessinger. Played for the Cubs, the Cardinals, and he managed. Patient, takes the walk, first base runner for the Astros.
Check out the FanDuel same game parlay.
Number 18, Cesar.
Well, they're drinking the Kool-Aid. They don't think Bieber's going to strike out more than 4 today.
So he needs 5. He has 3.
Cesar Salazar. He made his major league debut back in April. Not a lot of playing time. You see just 11 games, 2 for 14. Made the club out of spring training, but he's been up and down between AAA and the big leagues.
Well, throughout the course of the year, you're going to get games when you're in stretches like Houston is playing 17 games in 17 days, and you have an off day tomorrow. You'll see the managers resting their veterans on that day to get them 2 days rest as opposed to 1. And get them a little time, and every team runs into it. It's going to happen to everybody before it's all said and done.
And it's exactly what Tito's doing with Jose Ramirez today.
Right.
Getting him 2 days because of that off day tomorrow. And some people, start saying, well, he DHs, and you just said it. He wants to get him off his feet for 2 complete days. Some people said, well, he's hitting the ball well. And Tito kind of said to me, he goes, and I want him to hit it well on the road, too.
Exactly. He'll be right back in there come Tuesday night, and for every game there, and probably into the All-Star break.
That's a good move. That was closer than. And you just said it. He's trying to push him to the All-Star break, and he may not get another rest until then.
When we come home, we'll have next Monday off, too, after coming off the road trip.
Kessinger's running, and a pitch is chopped to second base. Jimenez will flip it to first, 2 down. Gray Kessinger in the scoring position. 2 down for Mauricio Dubon, who swung at the only pitch he saw and flied out the left. First time up.
He's not usually in that batter's box for too long. He gets up ready to go.
4th in the American League in batting average entering play today. And Rick He leads the Astros with 5 3-hit games. With the names in this lineup, normally Altuve and Tucker and Yordan Alvarez, you might not realize that Dubon is the guy who has the most 3-hit games.
You would think so, but this guy, he's got a knack of getting the barrel to the baseball, much like a young Altuve did, before he settled in. But this kid, he's Not a lot of people can do it. And he's at second base today. He just started playing left field. Hitting streaks, longest current, only
that's
5.
It.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, multi-hit streak. Too many words. I can't read that much. Sunday.
That's right.
I'm not easy like Sunday morning. Dubon pops it straight up behind the plate. Gallagher inning over. Midway through the third, 2-0 Guardians.
Baseball and softball summer camps. That's presented by Cleveland Clinic Children's. The camps are designed for boys and girls 6 through 14. And you can register today at cleguardians.com/camps.
Stephen Kwan will lead off for the Guardians here in the third. Takes a strike. Over the last 2 weeks, Stephen Kwan averaging a run scored per game. He has scored 17 times in the last 15 games. And he foul tipped it. Third strikeout for Brandon Belak. And we'll get a word now from Wayside Furniture.
Comfy gifts from Wayside Furniture. Over 300 recliners in stock. Buy today, take today. Wayside in Akron, keeping it local since 1937.
Belak wants a new baseball. Ahmed Rosario has the count in his favor, 2-1. Chased a breaking ball to strike out in the first inning. Boy, he took a good fastball. Must have been looking for something off speed there. Got the off-speed pitch, the changeup. And Kessinger throws him out, 2 down. Here's the Medical Mutual 5-star report. The injured Yordan Alvarez leading the American League in runs batted in. Adolis Garcia of the Rangers right on his heels. And Josh Naylor starting to climb the leaderboard. 5 runs batted in the series for Josh. That wrist is starting to bother him. He's wincing again.
I think he's a little upset too that he had a pretty good pitch to hit. Oh yeah,
I think he's hurting, Arch.
I agree. I totally agree with you. Watch the first at bat. That's where we said it. That hurt. Ouch. He did something to it. Certainly not going to help it swinging a bat, I can tell you that.
The 1-2. off the toe.
Oh, give him something else to feel. A little bit more than the rest.
That'll make you forget about the wrist.
Exactly. So now get a base hit.
Of course.
There you go.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's all he has to do is trick himself. That's he
Beat yourself up.
Ask him what he had for breakfast today.
I actually asked him for some dinner places in San Diego, and he gave me some good ideas, Matty.
Oh, aches and pains Naylor.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a good pitch that he just hit.
He almost tripped himself.
He sure did.
Yeah, we've all had days like that. You stub your toe getting out of bed, you slam your hand on the door, and you're just like, man, it's going to be a tough day, you know?
Slam your hand in the door. Why'd you do that?
Sorry, Mr. Perfect.
Yeah. You haven't hung out with that guy next to you before? I'm still trying to find his phone from our last trip.
Leave your computer charger somewhere. I don't know.
Car keys, whatever.
You see a laptop charger out there, send it to me.
Please.
Naylor off and running. And the throw down is not in time, but he slid off the bag.
Yes, he did.
At least I believe that's what Laz Diaz made the call. That'll end the inning if it stands. Will the Guardians challenge? We're waiting to see.
I don't think so.
He was safe, but he must have slid off. I mean, he beat the initial play. No challenge, so he must have slid off the bag. As we go to break, see the hands in there. He's safe, he's safe, he's safe. Oh, I don't know. Fourth inning, 2-0 Guardians on top. Corey Julks to lead off for Houston. And Shane Bieber shaves the outside corner for strike one. Bouncer to third. Gabriel Arias gathers and throws. It's a close play, and Naylor didn't come up with it anyway.
Well, that guy can get down the line. We know he can run, and he had to stay back on that ball. And by the time, I don't know if that throw sailed on him. See, he took his time, but I'll tell you, Naylor just didn't go out and get it. Doesn't look like it was that bad of a throw, does it?
I don't know if it was moving.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if it took off on him.
It looked like down here was thrown into the runner a little bit.
Arias is charged with an error.
I don't know the angle you guys have. It looked like he was going into the runner as it was coming down.
Little two-seamer, huh?
Yeah.
Well, here's Alex Bregman. Julks has been successful 10 out of 12 times in steal attempts. Ooh, that was pretty close. The MO so far, Rick, is after the second throw over, the Astros runners have gone.
Yeah, well, he stole 6 bases last night. They're going to be off and running if they feel comfortable doing it.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Gallagher's throw. Not in time. Oh, he called him out.
He blocked the bag on him, and he go in head first. Or, hands there to the base early. You can block him from getting to the bag, and that's exactly what Jimenez does. Watch him put his knee down. Boom, he gets the ball. The hand never gets there.
Wow, what a great job by Jimenez.
Yeah, that's how you get. You got to go in feet first. The next time you see he didn't budge, but that hand couldn't move him. And I'll bet it's a little sore right now. Can't say he didn't give me a sliding path because that's legal.
Remember, we saw that same play when Jose Ramirez was thrown out when he went too far past second base, and when he went back to second, I believe we were in Baltimore, and Gunnar Henderson, I think, blocked him off the base with his foot.
Yep. Anytime you go back hands first at any base, he has the opportunity. He can block it. You go feet first, they're not going to want a spike mark on him because that's what's going to happen. But some guys get used to stealing and diving in head first.
Swing and a miss, and Shane Bieber has his 4th strikeout of the afternoon, 2 away.
Bieber, that pumped him up after the error. They throw him out at second base, and then he comes back and gets the strikeout against Bregman. Out in front of that breaking ball.
There's Kyle Tucker. You know, I was just thinking, Rick, I can't recall a scenario where a guy trying to steal second base in particular went in feet first. I mean,
there's a few.
In.
Yeah, most people do at every base, even home plate, and then you've taken a chance. Yeah, you'll see more people going in head first than they will feet first anywhere.
What amazes me is that, and I'm for it here, but you can block second, but you can't block home. You know, if Gallagher's doing the same thing, they're challenging it.
Well, because of the collisions at home plate.
Yeah, I know. I know players I kind of agree with what I'm saying, and we're talking about it down here. It's like, how can you get away with doing it second and third, but at the plate you make it harder for the catcher?
Well, back in the day, everything was go. Right. You could kill a second baseman or a shortstop going over there.
What's the film we used to show? The Yankee?
Oh, that was Hal McRae going up against.
He was in left center.
Dick Green.
Yes. Or Rudolph. Or Randolph with the Yankees.
Oh, that one too, but I'm thinking of the '72 World Series when he knocked Dick Green in the left field.
Yeah.
That's the first hit for Houston. Kyle Tucker with a 2-out single. Inning number 4. Boy, I was driving home last night. Kyle Hendricks had a no-hitter with 2 outs in the 8th inning against the Giants last night.
Everything working for him.
You know, it seemed like a couple of years ago there were no-hitters on a regular basis. We were part of too many of them on the wrong end.
Well, he's a guy that plays into what you were talking about with Bieber earlier. Arch. Hendricks doesn't throw very hard, but gets a lot of outs quick early in the.
Yeah, he's a control guy. Yeah, just in, out, up, down, changes speeds, keep you in the rocking chair.
Routine bouncer to Jimenez, and another goose egg on the board for Shane Bieber. Midway through the 4th, 2-0 Cleveland.
29th, you can sample from more than 200 craft beers, seltzers, wine, and craft cocktails. Visit CLEguardians.com/beerfest.
Josh Bell singled and scored in the 2nd inning. He split his bat in half, and the ball blooped into center field, and Andres Jimenez followed with a 2-run homer. That's the only scoring so far. Fastball strike from Brandon Bielak. There's a long fly ball, deep center field. Goodbye, Josh Bell with his 5th home run of the year. 3-0 Guardians, their 2nd home run of the afternoon.
8.4 off the bat. Had nice extension and then getting carried for a while. Home run number 5 for Josh. Now you knew it as soon as he hit it. That one he got up in the air and it took off.
That's something that has been very impressive in this series, Rick. When leading off innings, Guardians hitters have batted .400 now in the series. 20 for 50 with 4 homers and 15 runs scored.
I like that.
You get your leadoff man on 40% of the time, you got a chance to do some damage.
Yeah, you can put some pressure on the defense. Is that a little changeup he hit? Well, both the balls that left the ballpark.
It's hit hard too. Deep center, back goes Myers. He'll spin around and make the catch. And that's out number 1. Spectrum Mobile replay. Look at Andres Jimenez home run in the 2nd inning.
That was a changeup as well. Stayed back on that one nicely.
Now Gabriel Arias. A single to center his first time up. Well, Rick, the Guardians are halfway to 10 hits again, and the last time they had 6 straight games with 10 or more hits was back in early 2018.
Yeah, I like that target to shoot at. 10 double-digit hits.
And he takes a walk. Here's our Kia player profile. Will Brennan over his last 11 games, just a .455 batting average, 8 multi-hit efforts.
Yeah, 2 lefties in that lineup going very well between he and Naylor.
4 hits in the series, 2 of those doubles. Oh man, Arias was going the wrong way.
It's weird because he's not a base stealer. Where's he going? He just gave him an out there. He was going. It's that one thing. You got to make him throw to home plate first.
So that'll go as a caught stealing since his first move was towards second base. Brennan rolls it to first, and that'll end the inning. Bell with a big ball here in the 4th. Guardians' 2nd homer of the afternoon. They lead 3-0. Well, the decision to move this game up an hour looks like a really, really good idea.
Yes, indeed.
There's a ball smashed deep left center field and off the wall. Played perfectly by Miles Straw. Diaz hustles into second base with a leadoff double. Just a 2nd hit allowed by Bieber on the afternoon.
Elevated breaking ball. Yeah, he hung it and he took advantage of it. Boy, Diaz hit that ball hard. It's his 7th double.
Well, in his last 10 hits, He's got 4 doubles and 2 home runs, so he's made them count.
Yes, indeed.
Jake Myers now bats. Struck out his first time up. We would have just started this game if it would have stayed at 1:40 p.m. And that rain is approaching from the south. Expected to hit here around 4 o'clock this afternoon, and then it's gonna sit here for a while. And after the Astros bat, this will at least be an official game, and I don't think we'll have any problem playing 9.
Certainly hope not.
A lot of opportunities.
Well, yeah, you play 14 innings in one game, you're automatically starting with a runner on second and extra innings, so.
Shane Bieber gets his 5th strikeout of the afternoon. There goes your parlay.
Well, he got him with a heater. Here you go. Painted it outside corner. These guys start sit and spin. That's when you got to use that fastball. He did it beautifully there. Gets his 5th strikeout, first out of the inning.
Now Pulaski standing by with the game break. I want to know if it was his idea to take the under on the strikeouts or if it was Jimenez.
Oh, he's pointing the other way. Yeah, Al, never Al's fault.
The deflector?
Yes, he is. Mad deflector.
Gray Kessinger, whose grandfather, Don Kessinger, was a 2-time Gold Glove winner, 6-time All-Star, played 16 years in the big leagues, mostly with the Cubs. Chopper off the plate. Arias
careful.
Can't come up with it. And the Astros have runners at the corners with 1 out.
Yeah, I think even if he fields that ball, he's not going to get it.
Well, let's step aside for a Ken Ganley Kia game break. Here's Al Pulaski.
All right, Matt, Rick, Andre, I did want Bieber on the over, but anyway, last night, Bobby Miller got the over for the Dodgers. He had 7 strikeouts. He's now 3-0. He's lowered his ERA to .78. The Dodgers do it again, 9-0 over Philadelphia. This Bobby Miller kid, he can really hum the ball up there.
100-mile-an-hour fastball, 91-mile-an-hour slider. And he was taken with the 29th pick in the first round of the 2020 draft. And that was 6 picks after the Guardians selected Cole Tucker's brother, Carson Tucker.
You know, Al made sure he told us that he picked the over.
He's a winner.
Did you hear that?
He's a winner.
Well, he got overruled.
I was just going to ask, how do the Dodgers keep finding arms like this when they draft 28th, 29th, 30th?
28 other teams pass on him. They came out of the University of Louisville.
It's another school. We were talking about the University of Tennessee the other day. Getting all these guys that throw hard. Louisville's doing the same thing. And you brought up the kid from the Angels. He went on the IL yesterday.
Oh, Ben Joyce, right?
Ben Joyce, yeah. We were just talking about how great an arm he has. And
what happened? Do you know? The
I don't
MRI
know.
revealed no ligament damage.
Yeah, but it's an arm.
Swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Bieber. That's number 6 on the afternoon. All right, Andre, here's your injury report brought to you by the attorneys at Elk & Elk. He was averaging over 100 miles an hour on his fastball, but the good news is it's not a Tommy John situation. It's just sore.
Wasn't that what happened to our guy that was out of Tennessee that the White Sox drafted, the lefty?
Crochet?
Crochet, when he first came out, he was having arm trouble. Remember, they kind of rushed him through as well. Then a year later,
they brought him up to the big leagues just to put him in the bullpen.
Right, and then he ended up having TJ a year later.
He just came back.
Big out right here for Shane Bieber. Mauricio Dubon has had a good series. He's been one of the best hitters in the American League. And Houston down 3, has 2 on with 2 out. They have been one of the best teams in all of baseball batting with runners in scoring position. A .272 team batting average for the year, but the Guardians have held them just 11 for 49 coming into today.
Beaver just showed him the fastball to get him off the breaking ball.
Runner doubles up. It goes up the middle and they catch a huge break.
Perfect.
Jimenez ended up right at the bag with the runner going to field that ground ball. And an ending force reaches the halfway point here this afternoon with the Guardians up 3-0.
Kids fun day. They get to run the bases today after the ball game.
Another reason to play quick.
Play quick, and yeah, that started up early. They get to run the bases. That's beautiful.
Miles Straw down 0-2. Right back up the middle off the mound. Oh, and a backhanded play by Dubon. And almost a dynamite play at first. But Diaz had to come off the bag to make the catch, and Straw beats it out for an infield single.
Yeah, it was really nicely done by both ends over there. Dubon at second, and then Diaz. He just couldn't make an accurate throw. He was going toward the outfield. And remember, he was playing left field the first 2 games of the series. He came in there and made a nice stab because it hit the mound, and good effort, but the speed of Straw beats it out for a hit.
Frank Howard would have made that play.
What's that?
Frank Howard would have made that play.
Well, yeah.
Helps being 6'8".
Yeah, 6'8". Yeah, the giant man.
Cam Gallagher bounces it foul. It's been tough sledding when the Guardians have tried Alex Bregman in this series. Defensively, he has been on point with the glove. He did make an errant throw in the 9th inning last night that almost allowed the Guardians to come back again against Houston. But that was still a weird play. You know, we didn't have a great second look at it.
No, we did not.
Because it appeared that Altuve could have caught it, or at least
from our vantage point where we sit from, it looked like that. And it looked like he just put his glove out and didn't.
He never moved.
Was it.
Yeah.
And if he thought it was going to be past him that side, he would get off the base to catch it and not let it get by you. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. We didn't get a good look at it.
You know, I know every once in a while, and I don't know that this was the case, but I've heard players say sometimes that you get a throw like that and you lose it in somebody's shirt in the seats just for a split second, and maybe that led to it. I don't know. Strikes him out. That's 4 Ks for Brandon Bielak. 1 down here in the 5th. And we'll get a word from Cleveland Clinic.
When their health needs a helping hand, put their care in hands you trust. Cleveland Clinic Children's.
Good combination here.
Kwan drills it to deep right field. Tucker racing back. It'll one-hop the fence. Straw into third. Mike Sarbaugh throws up the stop sign. And a good decision because Tucker got off a perfect throw to the cutoff man. But the Guardians are set up second and third with 1 out.
Yeah, and Sarbaugh did the right thing. He had to stop him. You know, you didn't want to take a chance. You've got a 3-run lead. I know you want to be aggressive, but he got it in. Tucker, the Gold Glover out there in right field. Watch the throw. He got it in quickly. Dubon was in great position to make the throw home. There's the look. Off the wall. Here he comes. Here he comes. No, no, no. Hold up. That's a good call.
Astros bring the infield in. Ahmed Rosario all in the dirt. Ahmed 0 for 2, but on the year he's batted .309 with runners in scoring position. Chop to first, and the only play for Diaz is to take the out there. Straw scores, 4-0 Guardians. Rosario's 17th run batted in on the year. Kwan moves over to third. Now there are 2 down. With Straw running, that would have had been a one-hopper right at him, squared up the home plate for Diaz to even have a chance.
Well, it paid off, stopping him. And they get him in anyway.
Now Josh Naylor with a 2-out RBI chance. He singled in the third. Just kind of blooped one into left field. After he beat himself up in that at bat, fouled one off of his toe. He was shaking his wrist.
He had a Matt Underwood day.
He was a mess.
Wrist, toe, almost steps on the bat after he gets the base hit too.
That's
Didn't
true.
forget that. Don't forget that. Steals a base, came off of it.
Low. The Astros have about as close to a shift as you can have. Kessinger is playing almost directly up the middle. He is right on the line of the division of infield. And that means Bregman is way off the bag at third, so Stephen Kwan's able to come almost halfway down the line.
He could go 3/4 of the way.
Oh, Naylor. Oh, with a perfect defensive placement. Kessinger robs him of a hit. Well, back here at Progressive Field, we're going to the 6th inning. Not sure what happened to Andres Jimenez. He's been replaced at second base by Tyler Freeman. Jimenez hit a big 2-run homer in the 2nd inning. It started the scoring.
Give him some time off.
He didn't start last night's game, as we mentioned. Came on as a pinch hitter in the 8th inning. Sure, Andre will forward any info if it becomes available. Corey Julks 0 for 2. Reached on an error in the 4th inning. Tyler Freeman, though, a solid handyman. He can play just about anywhere on the infield. Julks down swinging. How about 7 strikeouts for Shane Bieber here this afternoon?
Well, he's got a good one today. He's commanding it beautifully. That was tight. Today, what helps Shane today, 9-0-2-1-2 counts. That's when his strikeouts come, where he can afford to make those pitches. He's ahead of the hitters. He expands their zones. And I don't know if anybody does it better than he does.
Yeah, when you throw as many first pitch strikes, and they have to be quality strikes, because you and I have seen more than a few teams with the game plan of, hey, get him early, get after it early, and if that command isn't where it needs to be, he can give up some base hits, and then that alters his approach.
Yeah, and you know what, especially this team, because they were swinging the first 2 games at everything. I mean, you know, early. So if you can get ahead of them and not let them put the ball in play, and I know they don't have, you know, like Altuve in there and things like that, that doesn't matter. They're still an aggressive team, and they can still do some damage.
And Bregman asks for.
He's asked for timeout, and the umpire's getting a little flack from the dugout over there in Houston, and there's the pitch that's off the plate.
They're complaining about all the outside call strikes.
Yeah,
I don't think Bregman called a timeout. It was more he was getting yelled at.
Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Shane Bieber, and that's 8 on the afternoon.
They're a little frustrated after their long trip and getting Bieber today.
Yeah, it doesn't help. You're right.
Score 4 and roll with Shane Bieber. 2 down. Kyle Tucker 1 for 2. That little changeup on the inside corner. Now the 2-2. Ooh, just about a ball width off the plate, and Tucker almost chased after it.
Bieber with 8 strikeouts today. He only had 8 in his last 3 starts.
Hard hit ball, and Josh Naylor with a nice play defensively. He'll take it himself. And the Astros go 1-2-3. Shane Bieber. Vintage. 8 strikeouts through 6 shutout innings. Clouds have moved in. Bottom of the 6th, Guardians up 4-0. Josh Bell singled and scored in the 2nd, leading off that inning. Then he led off in the 4th and crushed a home run to center field.
Both home runs that Bielak gave up today have come off the changeup.
Boy, there's another ball rocked to right field.
What a good swing on that one.
Bell's on his way to 2nd. He'll have a stand-up double and Arch.
3 for 3.
The Guardians leadoff hitters.
Oh, they're going to add to that. That's right.
That's 4 for 6 on the afternoon today.
It's the 3rd time Bell's let off in this game. He's 3 for 3. He smoked it. That one came off the bat at 114. How about that? Nice line drive stroke. Bell, his 14th double.
Now Tyler Freeman gets his first at bat after he came on for Andres Jimenez.
And this is a good point here to add on one more. Middle part of the ball game, you've got a 4-run lead. You got a leadoff double, move them over, get them in. Make it 5.
Freeman hammers one left field. Back is Jokes. He's looking up. It's off the top of the wall. Josh Bell will score. Into second base with an RBI double is Tyler Freeman. And it's now 5-0 Guardians.
Yeah. Very nice. Off the top of the wall.
Just missed a home run here.
He sure did. He hit it well. You see him get that foot down, and that ball ran inside. He's got that two-seamer that comes in, but look at him pull his hands in because he's off the plate. He got the foot down quickly enough and, you know, missed it by a foot or two.
She had her glove out. She was ready to catch it, and it just didn't quite get to her. That was a great second look. And so Tyler Freeman and the Guardians are all smiles to this point. Well, here you go, Art.
See it. Okay.
She's got the glove. She's
there
ready.
it is.
She's in position.
No, she's going to have to get up and stretch.
I don't know what she's doing with the foot, though. The foot's not going to help you there.
She doesn't want to lean forward. That's tough. He needed to hit it a few more feet.
Gabriel Arias with action in the bullpen. That's Matt Gage, the only left-hander on the Astros pitching staff.
They just activated him today, didn't they?
Yeah, Ryan Stanek went on the bereavement list.
Okay.
And Gage was called up. No word on the departure of Andres Jimenez. Dre, is he in the dugout?
I have not seen him down here since Freeman came in the game. I'm working on it, waiting on.
No, I just was curious.
We'll know before we get to San Diego.
Out comes pitching coach Josh Miller.
He's just stalling for time to get the lefty some work out there to get ready.
This is his last at bat. Andres Jimenez. Nothing really noticeable, but it did look like.
He just got a little. Looks like something might be bothering him.
A little gimpy. All right, 3-0 count for Arias. And ball 4. He's walked for the second time. And I think Dusty said, yeah, that's enough.
Yeah. That's why I sent that coach out there.
2 out, nobody out. Guardians up 5-0. And Dusty will go to the bullpen for the left-hander Matt Gage when we come back.
By Levin. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight. And by Spectrum One. Visit Spectrum.com for details.
Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen for Matt Gage.
Just the 4th time this year. And the only left-hander. You mentioned it to me before this series even started that they don't even have a left-hander coming out of the bullpen.
That's, to my memory, that's the first time we've seen that
in a while. This year, yeah.
Surprised they didn't stop and pick up a few on their way to Cleveland. Lefty-lefty matchup here as Will Brennan steps in. They got a first pitch fastball fouled back. Gage in his second stint with the big league ball club. Pitched a few times in May. struck him out. 1 down. And we'll get a word right now from Spectrum One.
Spectrum One is fast, secure, and reliable. Internet for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi and a free mobile line. Restrictions apply. Visit Spectrum.com for details.
Miles Straw looks at a low fastball. Ground ball to Kessinger. To second for one. On to first. They turn. An inning-ending double play. But back-to-back doubles to start the bottom of the 6th by Josh Bell and Tyler Freeman. And the Guardians add to their lead 5-0. FanDuel live run total update. We started at 8 and a hook. Down to 6.5 with the Guardians leading 5-0. Shane Bieber has been as good as we have seen him all season long with 8 strikeouts. He's allowed just 3 hits and 1 walk. And what you just saw, though, the first pitch strikes.
That's why he's so good. Another 0-2 count.
What does he tell me? First pitch strikes, though.
10 times 0-2-1-2, so he's ahead of him.
He's just at 90 pitches on the afternoon. And the 2-strike offering is a little high. But that's the key for any pitcher. You work ahead, you put the hitter on his heels. As you said, Rick, when you're ahead in the count as a hitter, when it's 2-0, it's 2-1, you don't have to swing at anything you're not looking for. So it makes his breaking ball maybe a little less effective. But when you're behind, you know, we've seen Abreu chase after that pitch, and he's faced Bieber more than anybody in this
zone. Again, there you go. Gets him again. He threw him the good one there.
Strikeout number 9, and that brings us to our Miller Lite moment. Fastball looking. There's the breaking ball that he chased.
And see, that's what you're going to get. You expand hitter's zone when you're ahead in the count, and he's been that way all day long. He's had a good breaking ball, and he's had a good feel for it. He's even snuck a couple fastball by some guys. So it's been a good afternoon for Shane Bieber.
Out of the first 23 batters he faced, 17 first pitch strikes. So that's the third. Long throw for Arias. And
look at
one
that.
hopper, and it gets through Naylor's mitt.
Man, that's a very catchable ball. He did the right thing at third base. Second time today, Naylor can't hold on to the ball. And I'll tell you what, Arias made a nice play. This is all you could do as a third baseman. I mean, that's a perfect one-hop throw, and it eats him up. That's got to be an error on Naylor.
You know, they give it to Arias. I don't like that call.
Now? This one?
Yeah.
What are they, crazy? Who's doing that? What is he supposed to run it over and hand it to him?
Don't get the Gold Glover riled up, boys.
I mean, seriously. What do they watch?
No names, please. You're awake.
Wow. You just watch the game.
I hear you.
It's like I never understood giving errors to outfielders on a one-hop throw that's a good throw. Just because it's one hop, that makes it an error on you?
Yeah. If it hits the runner and it deflects, it's on you. That's the way it is. That's got to be changed.
What I hate is the play. I'm sure Naylor would come off and say that's his fault.
Oh, he did.
He doesn't.
You saw it.
Right.
We saw him immediately pat his chest. You know, my bad.
Yeah. So to me, that should tell whoever's making the ruling. The guy says it's his fault. It's probably the error on him.
Doesn't matter. It's getaway day.
Yeah, he's done. It's over.
Yeah. Turn his mic off.
I'm leaving.
Deep
Seventh
center.
inning stretch. See you tomorrow.
And Miles Straw makes the catch. 2 down. Here's the proof.
Now wait, hopefully they're going to watch this replay. Hey, my bad. I should have caught it. We know.
To the plate now for the Astros, number 16, Gray Kessinger.
Most of us know.
Now here's Gray Kessinger. He'll bat with 2 down and a runner aboard. Great interviews all weekend long with Dusty Baker of the Astros. And you know, in today's pregame segment, right before the game, he was talking about guys that he looked up to when he was a kid and when he got into big league baseball. And one of those guys was Don Kessinger, Gray's grandfather, who was he said he was good to both me and Ralph Garr, even though we didn't play on the same team. He played on an opposing team, but you know, he said, boy, that meant a lot to have somebody reach out, kind of know that they cared about you. And he said it made me feel like I belonged in the big league.
Yes. Well, he said, you know, and he said baseball was different back then. And he said when you get 19 years old, you know, his dad and his parents had kind of told him, hey, everybody's not going to like that a 19-year-old is in the big leagues this quick.
And they were right.
Yeah, and he said, so you go in there and you respect these guys. And he said it meant everything to him that he was accepted. He understood that some of those guys that went to the minors for, you know, back then, 6 years or so. But I got to say this, I'm glad you brought this up. I appreciate, and this is nothing against any other managers or other coaches, but I appreciate that you can walk over and have a conversation like that with a Dusty Baker. And he's like an encyclopedia of baseball.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
You know what I mean?
Old school baseball. There's nothing better than that, man.
I mean, I sat down there with him and we talked for 10, 15 minutes, and it was like he wanted to keep going.
Yeah, you know, because normally with the media nowadays, you don't get a chance to just talk baseball.
Right.
It's a lot of analytical stuff. And hey, he comes back. He had to come up in the tough times, in the tough era. But it was still fun, and you respect the game, and he still does.
He was grateful to those that passed on their knowledge to him.
And he's doing the same thing.
And he does it. I love that he told me yesterday. He said, hey, man, forget my age. I'm better than I ever been before. I love this game.
Shane Bieber is as good today as maybe he's ever been in his career. 7 shutout innings, 9 strikeouts. What a day for Shane Bieber. Cleveland Guardians baseball brought to you by Chevrolet. Check out their award-winning lineup at your local Chevy dealer. Union Home Mortgage, promises kept. And SumaCare, build your own medical advantage plan with SumaCare. Call or go online today. Tito talking to Shane Bieber after his stellar outing this afternoon. People often ask me, you know, what is it that makes Tito such a great manager? You just saw it. That's it. His ability to communicate consistently, openly, honestly with his players keeps him relevant, and he knows what's going on at all time. He always has the pulse.
He certainly does. Well said.
Cam Gallagher leading off here. Bottom of the 7th. Matt Gage stays on to pitch for Houston. The count. Take them all the way. That's in there for a strike. We were kind of joking about it earlier when Andre was talking to you about your pregame smoothie.
Yeah.
In your career. You know, the game has changed a lot off the field in terms of the facilities, weight training, nutrition, all those things. They didn't
all
exist.
For the better.
Didn't exist when you played. And I bring this up because all of those things are in place as Gallagher rolls one to second, because pro athletes, this is their profession, their careers. You know, when you came out in 1972, Arch, did you even allow yourself to think how long you might play? Because even now, The average career for a Major League ball player,
4 years.
less than 5 years.
Yeah, it's got to be about 4 years. That hasn't changed since I came back in. No, you don't think of how long you want to play, but you knew one thing: you better get 4 years in the big leagues if you wanted a pension. You know, and I know a lot of guys that never got that. And I mean, you could have 3 years. There's what, 172 days I think they can figure into a season. Then you can have 3 years, 168 days, and if you didn't get those extra couple of days, you wouldn't have got a pension.
But for a long time, you know, guys of your era, you figured maybe you play for a few years and then get on with your life's work. But you know, it changed over time to where, hey, this is a career. Guys are playing, not many, but some guys play like yourself, 13 years, 15 years. And all of a sudden, you better have these things in place like nutrition and weight training, because that's the only way you can survive.
It's an investment, right?
Yeah.
Those guys are investments for your club. If you get a
well,
player
they are
want.
now, yeah, because it's a business, much more
Right.
so than when it was back then. It was a sport. It was a game. Guys had jobs
I was
in
going
the
to say,
offseason.
guys sold insurance and stuff in the
Sure,
offseason.
they
right?
did. They did whatever they had to do. I had a job here with Cy Bynack going on signing autographs at a temporary help service. Minuteman.
That ain't a job. Signing autographs.
That was a job.
That ain't no job.
That was my off-season job.
Arch, I hate to tell you this. You've never had a job.
Well, that's true. You don't have
Well,
to tell me. I know.
Good for you.
He's never worked a day in his life.
There you go.
He's had a job.
He still hasn't had a smoothie probably yet either.
And Stephen Kwan with a one-out walk.
I got a job for you after you're done with this. You could be an official scorekeeper. How about that?
I'd love to do it. I could do it up here better than these guys.
You've proven that.
So the official word on Andres Jimenez, left leg tightness.
Okay.
And just precautionary removal. So good catch by Murph, our producer. Remember
Yep.
he said he looked
Yes,
a little?
looked like it.
When he was rounding first base, he was on it. Eagle eye.
That's the only thing he was watching today.
There's a line drive base hit. Right field for Rosario. Well, this game better get over hurry, because if you're in Arch's crosshairs, he's coming out.
He got an off day tomorrow.
He's firing.
He's going everybody, Ed. They've hit your number. 10 hits, baby.
Yeah, that's good. 6 straight games, 10 hits. I like that high fastball. Rosario just slaps the other way.
Josh Naylor with 2 on and 1 out.
Let's let Naylor get into one more before we take off on this road trip. Because that's the thing that Chris Valleca loves, is how he's hitting off the lefties. So for that first month, they were a little concerned, but slowly but surely, he's keeping that shoulder in it.
He's reeling it in. You have to do that with lefties. And patience.
And he's taking pitches like that. That's what we've watched. It's not just swinging at everything right now.
Well, he can get aggressive. When he gets aggressive, it's tough, because he'll swing at because he believes he can hit it. And he's been going through the last 3 weeks to a month. He's been hitting everything.
Right.
Even when he fouls it off, he's got good swings.
And a round ball is short. There's 1 and 2. 7 complete. Guardians 5, Astros nothing. Of the Cleveland Guardians, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Guardians. Back here at Progressive Field, we roll to the 8th inning, and Trevor Stephan is the new pitcher for the Guardians after Shane Bieber went 7 innings, no runs, 3 hits, walked 1 and struck out 9.
Yeah, nice afternoon for Shane. Good start.
Trevor Stephan will have Cesar Salazar, and then the top of the order. One of the keys, one of the things you look for in those guys who are in the elite class of pitchers, which I think Shane Bieber is in that conversation. Putting hitters away.
Yeah.
You know how many times you say, 2 strikes, you get them down and you can't put them away, you let them back into the at-bat. Today, Astros hitters with 2 strikes were 0 for 16 against Shane Bieber.
There you have it in a nutshell.
Nice work, Tommy Bochetti.
And that's the key, you know, for pitchers, and that's why it's so important to get to strike one, so you have it gives you an advantage. It certainly does. You look at the numbers, and it'll show you.
Mauricio Dubon fouls one off to the right. And a bouncing ball to second base. Tyler Freeman throws him out. 2 away.
Well, the Family Value Pack is presented by Cleveland Clinic. Children's and it includes for family deck tickets. You'll also get $40 loaded value to use on merchandise and concessions, all for just $80. Visit cleguardians.com/family.
Two down for Corey Julks. 0 for 3 has struck out twice. And the Astros go from Shane Bieber to Trevor Stephan. Stephan seems to be on point. He's thrown 6 pitches, all 6 strikes. See what happened to Dubon. Watch Dubon here. He didn't really get down to first base.
I was watching him and I was wondering why he wasn't running.
I don't know if he hurt. Oh, the bat's stuck in his hand. He got the pine tar stuck to it.
Put a little too much stickum on it.
Now that's bizarre. I thought maybe he hurt his hand because he was looking at his hand as he was walking back to the dugout, because Michael Brantley is down there just all over him, because that's what veterans do.
Yeah, I did not see that at all. I saw where he wasn't running. I said, I don't think Dusty's going to like that.
Right. It was back out of play. By the way, Michael Brantley, speaking of Brantley, he was a part of the last Guardians team that had 10 or more hits in 6 consecutive games. That was back in 2018. There's Brent, hoping to work his way back onto the field. Nagging shoulder injury has kept him down. The 1-2. Two. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 8th inning. And Stephan takes aim and fires. And Julks smacks it right back up the middle.
Good at bat for Julks.
A lot to like in that young player.
Truly is. You have to keep an eye on him. We've seen some good young players we haven't seen before that can be impressive in a series, and you know, you never know what they're going to do, but it's nice to follow them throughout the box scores throughout the year.
Here's Alex Bregman 0 for 3 today. I'm hearing the fans boo Alex Bregman, and during the commercial break they announced to the crowd that the kids will not be allowed to run the bases because of the impending weather that's headed this way. It didn't go over well.
No, the kids aren't happy. The kids want to run. I just figured they were booing Bregman because Altuve isn't playing, so they got to take it out of someone, right?
But up here in press row, Andre, Guardians Vice President Curtis Danberg played the role of Jose Altuve.
Oh, really?
Yes. Both radio booths.
They were all over. They were pointing at Curtis, and he was showing him the weather app on his phone. Like, what do you want me to do?
I'm going to text him a boom right now just to make him feel at home.
As if the guy doesn't have enough to worry about.
Got to stop the clouds.
Well, right back 2-2.
Yeah, kids aren't afraid to get wet.
No, yeah,
they can play in the rain.
Yeah, but I can tell you from being down here, the temperature has changed and the wind has changed. We better keep going. I won't even look at the app, but you can feel what's coming.
It's all right. We're heading west.
2-2. Just missed inside. Bregman 2 for 14 in the series. He came in swinging a pretty hot bat. Runner goes and hit foul. Now the 3-2 with the runner off. And again, it's foul left side.
Just a couple sliders, and he was on both of them.
You know, he's grinding his way through this at bat, and it got me thinking he's had a tough series, a lot of pop-ups. It looks like maybe his timing's off, and maybe he's just trying to get himself back on track here. This is an 8-pitch at bat. I don't think he's had an at bat nearly this long in the series. Strikes him out. Nice job by Trevor Stephan. A scoreless 8th, and it remains 5-0 Cleveland. Let's check out our T-Mobile coverage cam for the best coverage in the game. Josh Bell in the starting lineup as the DH, batting cleanup. Started the game with a broken bat single, scored. Then he homered to center field in the 4th. And then for the 3rd time leading off an inning, he doubled and scored in the 6th. And now he'll lead off again.
Yeah, how about that? I want to see another. Get another knock. Get a triple. That's a cycle.
Rafael Montero is the new Astros pitcher. Montero pitched in the epic series opener, and he yielded the leadoff home run to Jose Ramirez that tied the game at 5 and set the stage for the extra inning dramatics that followed. Bell takes, it's inside. Ball 1. It was a 2-0 changeup that he floated in there for a strike. Three-one pitch. And he chops it to first. 1 away. Bell, a 3 for 4 afternoon. And up comes Tyler Freeman. Freeman inserted into the game when Andres Jimenez left for precautionary reasons with left leg tightness, and then he promptly doubled in a run in the 6th inning off the wall. Just missed a home run by maybe a foot. Line drive, base hit, left field. And he's 2 for 2.
He finds a way that he can get the bat on the ball. Check it out. And the one before this last single just missed hitting the home run there. Hit the double, drove in a run. Comes right back and gets another single. Nicely done. Now 11 hits. And that 4-5 spot's been nice. 6 hits in that. Arias has been on base 3 times today. Single, 2 walks.
Tyler Freeman's never going to be a guy that goes up to the plate swinging for the fences, but to come that close to your first big league home run.
I'm sure somebody will tease him about it. They'll be teasing him.
He's going to start a petition to tear down that wall.
No, he'll get one over it.
He's been hearing the words weight room.
Of course, right? Yeah.
That's what they all go to. But he did go to the weight room. We talked about it last night, and it's helping him. You can tell the difference.
Look at this. This
There's
is another.
Right there. Hit the progressive sign. A couple of feet.
Yeah, you know, thinking about Tyler Freeman, I guess, hey, life is a series of tests. Like you never know when they're going to come, and they don't seem like they ever end. But you would think as a professional athlete, getting to the big leagues, you've passed all the tests. And yet he gets to the big leagues, and he doesn't get to play very often. So, I mean, it's like when he does get an opportunity, he's like, man, I've got to get it done here.
He knows he's got to take advantage of it.
And he has. And instead of putting too much pressure on himself, he's just been able to go out there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, most guys put too much pressure on themselves, and they don't come out positive.
Well, when that door opens, you better be ready to go through it.
Yes, indeed.
Got the right attitude. You guys have been around him.
Yeah, and you know, sure, you can tense up at times, but boy, given the opportunity, that's a dream come true. You should enjoy it.
Got the right attitude, and he understands it. And we've had players tell us last year, I'd rather sit here than play in Columbus.
But they want to play, and that's the fire, that's the drive.
Yeah, players only love you when they're playing.
Oh, he's singing to us now.
Oh, man.
He is on fire.
Wow, what a day.
He got no sleep this weekend, and he is on fire.
I never get sleep.
Shane Bieber day. This is Archie day.
No doubt. You're the player of the game, Arch.
You going to talk to me today afterwards? Let's go. I'll come down.
Yeah, no, I'll get you on the plane.
I might pay to watch that.
I don't know if anybody would understand us, but we'd be good.
We might have to be on another channel.
3-2 pitch fouled off the foot of Arias.
Ouch.
And Gabriel Arias has a 10-pitch at bat going with at least one more. him out. Good high fastball, 2 down. That'll bring up Will Brennan. Chill Will 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Two down, 0-2 pitch. And strike 3 called. We'll go to the 9th. 5-0 Cleveland. Al Pawlowski, Chris Jimenez standing by. We'll wrap this one up. A little talk about Shane Bieber and a bone of contention between Al and Chris on who
under on the punch outs
on the 4.5 strikeouts.
Al's claiming the deflector. He's saying
he's throwing Jimenez under the bus. There's tire tracks on your back.
Don't let him do that to you, Chris. I'm telling you.
Emmanuel Clase on the pitch for the Guards. Not a save situation. Off date tomorrow. Tito would like to wrap this one up nice and tidy, so he's going with Clase, who's sitting on 199 career strikeouts. Kyle Tucker, Jose Abreu, Yainer Diaz will bat for the Astros. Houston is going home to a long homestand. They've got 3 teams coming in. Washington for 3, the Cincinnati Reds for 3, and then the New York Mets for 3.
Oh, I bet they're happy after the stretch that they've been through.
Tucker caught in between, swings and misses at a 99-mile-an-hour. Emmanuel Clase cutter. Foul out of play. And there is career strikeout number 200 for Clase.
The batter now for the Astros, the designated hitter, Jose Abreu.
We're headed west. Guardians Padres Tuesday night. Swing and a miss by Abreu, and it's 0-2. Padres, like the Guardians, trying to find that momentum. They head into today having won 3 straight, 2 games below 500. Clase finishes this off. Cleveland will be just 3 below the break-even mark. Broken bat bouncer to third. Arias throws him out. 2 down. What a homestand it's been, though. Big crowds, 26,318 turnout for the finale. We had 35,000 last night, 31,000 for the series opener. Good crowds for the Red Sox series.
Yeah, it was. It was a fun homestand.
And they're about to clinch the series win again.
That's the key. 2 out of 3. That's how you get rolling.
We're going to miss. It's 0-2. Two-strike pitch. Book it. Emmanuel Clase finishes off the Guardians' 6th shutout victory of the year. They have won 6 out of their last 8, and they go to 31-34 on the year as they head west to open a 6-game road trip in San Diego. Shane Bieber, your winner today. He's 5-3. The loss to Brandon Bielak, who is 3-3. Astros will head home 37-29 on the year. But boy, this was an impressive win to close out the homestand.
Yeah, it sure was. Shane Bieber on top of his ball game. And for the first time in this series, they were able to get the lead. They did their own 2-run home run in the 2nd inning to take the lead, where it was Houston in the 1st inning in the first 2 games. But overall, it was a good series.
Astros are shut out for the 4th time on this season. 3 of those have come on the road. All right, we'll be back with some final thoughts right after this.